Hey, Tubies, this is Psychic Bob. It is so awesome to be with you. Well, I'm sitting here looking at one of my evil eye charms. Isn't that cool? If you saw yesterday's video on horoscopes, I showed you one of my other evil eye charms, and I said that today we were going to talk about the power of the evil eye. This one's beautiful. It's done in silver with little sparkling crystals around it, and a beautiful blue eye in the center. This one actually comes from Greece, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes here. But I love the evil eye. I've been a believer in it. I've been wearing it for many years, and I've talked about it a bit before, but it's been a while. So I thought it'd be good to kind of have a refresher on the power of the evil eye. Now, first of all, let me define the term. Many times if you want to look up these charms, if you want to buy one, the easiest way is to type in evil eye. But a lot of people say, well, Bob, why would I want a charm that's evil? No way, I'm not getting involved with that. No. Let me kind of explain the history of the evil eye, okay? There are kind of a few different elements that come into play when we talk about the evil eye. It was believed by the ancients that there was spiritual power within people. Well, as a spiritualist, I believe that. And it was believed that through the eyes, that power could be released. So you could look upon someone with joy and happiness and grant them a blessing by your glance. We have this actually in the Indian Hindu religion and Hinduism. They believe that if you go to the temple, that the deity statues of the Lord, he sees through the eyes. So going in front of the Lord, you receive the darshan, the vision of God. You see God and God sees you. And that's called darshan, and that gives you a blessing. So there is power again through the eyes. All over the world in ancient cultures, it was believed that power could come through the eyes. Particularly in ancient Greece and also Italy, a lot of the Mediterranean countries, Turkey, Greece, Italy, these countries have a very strong tradition about the power of the eye. And it was believed that if somebody was bitter or angry at you and they looked at you in rage, they could release power from that eye that literally could bring a curse upon you and destruction. And many people started to find that if they interacted with certain people that were very hostile or weird or strange, that strange things started happening. And they started saying, they looked at me, they stared at me. And this is why today we still have the tradition about staring. It's considered it's considered impolite. It's rude to stare at people. And part of that comes from that people feel they're under scrutiny, but it also comes from the ancient idea of like, don't look too harshly because you might release power. See, the evil eye wasn't just limited to evil people. Sometimes even good people, if they were having a really off day, and would glance at somebody the wrong way, that could release the eye. And this would bring into people's lives all sorts of tragedies, illness, loss of income, their house might burn down. And so people started to realize the power of the eye. And the ancients came to realize that that power of the eye goes both ways. If it can release evil, it can also release good. And so they started wearing charms like this little one of the eye. And that charm allowed people to always have an eye on watch against the evil eye. Now, what's important to know is that the charm, though it's called evil eye, is actually, that's the shortened charm, shortened version. It should actually be called the charm of the eye that averts the evil eye. But that became such a mouthful for most people that they just shortened it to evil eye charm. meaning it reflects the evil eye, deflects the evil eye. So if you're looking up charms, you see buy an evil eye charm. It's not evil. It deflects and protects against the evil eye. That's how the term started, because it's too hard to explain, okay? Like, you know, the eye that averts the evil eye. No, just the evil eye, okay? That's what we call it. So, you know, I believe in that. Now, there's also within the belief of the evil eye that in the cosmos that there are good forces and malevolent forces. And we might think of that as the good spirit guides or evil spirits like demons. And the general belief that there is an overseeing power that governs all life. And it was believed that these other forces in the universe, the malignant, malicious forces, could also look down upon humanity and wreak havoc. And it was believed that by wearing the eye, it also diverted the evil glance of evil spirits that are throughout the cosmos. So the eye charm has been treasured by people of the ancient worlds for eons. And today, the belief is still very strong. Now, we were going to talk about Greece. I mentioned that because one of the biggest areas in the world today that produces and sells evil eye charms is Greece. This charm actually comes from Greece. And I thought I'd show you a few of my Greek charms to start off with. All of these I bought from Greece. Now, here's a little one. This is done in silver. A lot of times the Greek ones are done in silver and they have glass inlaid. So there's a little tiny silver evil eye. I love that. They don't have to be big to be powerful. They simply have to be an eye. Okay, so if you're worried, does size matter? No, size doesn't matter. But the intent that you wear your charm for and what it, you know, its proper formation is important. So generally the evil eye is set in silver or gold. It's usually honored by a precious metal. These days you can use, you know, silver plate or gold plate. You don't have to spend a fortune. Most of my charms are sterling, but not all of them are. But you can see, and generally the eye is traditionally done in blue. Because in the Mediterranean countries, most people have dark brown eyes, darker skin. So blue was considered exotic and powerful and spiritual. And so it deflected evil. So blue was considered fascinating. The ancients were fascinated with blue eyes. Here's another little Greek one, also done in silver. But you know, the eyes don't have to just be done in blue. In fact, I have a few here which I really treasure. These are harder to come by, but they also do the evil eye in green. And I love green evil eyes just because they're different. You don't see them much. But this evil eye is done in green. Now you'll notice this one is set inside a pyramid. And that's because it was believed that the pyramid was a sign of power. It's also the ancient God sign. It's an upward pointing triangle, which means a God force, divine power, the flame of spirit. And for those of you who study Wicca, you know that the triangle, upward pointing triangle, is the alchemical symbol for fire. But as you can see, we've got a green eye here. Isn't that beautiful? Set in a pyramid. Now, I've also seen pendants where they reverse it and it hangs downward. And if you have a downward pointing pendant, triangle pendant with the eye, this represents the goddess. That's right. I know some of you are going to say, well, gee, Bob, you talk about the eye of the spirits, the eye of God. Sometimes it's considered in some cultures, and more monotheistic cultures such as Islam or Judaism, they call it the eye of God. So it could be the eye of God. But in the Wiccan community, we might equally call it the eye of the goddess. So the pyramid, if you have a triangle and it's pointing downwards, that's a goddess symbol because the downward pointing triangle represents the mother. So it could be either way, triangle up or triangle down. Now, speaking of the goddess, some of the eyes actually look more feminine. And I think this points to the eye of the goddess. Now, this one here is a beautiful eye, Whenever I wear this one, I call it the Eye of Isis because I think it looks very much like a goddess eye. And it's set in silver with little crystals that sparkle. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, here's another green eye. We were just talking about that. This is another one of my green eyes. These are rare. They're hard to find. But again, I love it. It's set in silver. Actually, this one's set in pewter. You can also have them set really in any metal. Traditionally gold and silver, but nowadays we also have pewter. This one's set in pewter, and it's a green eye. Isn't that beautiful? I like the green eyes. You just don't see them much. Now, you can have larger or smaller eyes. So, for example, here's one of the ones I wore the other day. That's one of my large eyes. That's a pretty big one, see? You can see on my chest how big it is. So that's another eye, and it's also set in with beautiful sparkling crystals. Beautiful blue eye there, okay? Here's another one. This, I think, looks like the eye of the goddess. It looks like, you know how sometimes women do their makeup and they make their eyes painted up. I call this one an Isis eye, the eye of the goddess. So you know me, I'm crazy. I've been collecting these for years. And I'll tell you, with these evil eye charms, if you ever see one that you like, really do yourself a favor, if you can, and buy it right away. Because honestly, you don't see them the same one twice. Because most of them are made in countries where they're handmade. Very few copies exist. So each evil eye pendant is always unique. Especially among these little silver ones like I showed you, because these are all made by little local craftsmen in Greece. And I tell you, I never see the same one twice. I really don't, you know. Now, you know, the eye can be as simple as you want or as fancy. Like, for example, here's one that's also set in pewter. Just a very simple, basic setting, nothing fancy. You don't have to have a fancy setting. But if you feel like being extravagant, you can go all out and have your eye inset with crystals, diamonds, rubies. This one here is set with little, these are crystals, I believe. I don't think they're diamonds. If they are, I got a really good deal on this. But you see, so, and you can have, you know, large size ones with larger crystals. Or simple. Now, if you like gold, you can also have them set in gold. And I have a few done here in gold. This is one of my most treasured ones. This is just, I think it's spectacular. It's set in gold with like crystals. These are zirconias, actually. They're not real diamonds, but it sparkles like a real diamond. Isn't that beautiful? See if you can see that. That's set in gold. So when I wear a gold chain, I put this one on. Here's another one set in gold, which is beautiful. This again looks like the eye of Isis to me. And this one has a little tear coming down. And I think that's because it's like the goddess grieving, crying for people who sorrow. And it means that the gods and the goddesses are with us. They know our sorrows. So it's a reminder, the tear, that when you sorrow, call upon your higher power. But isn't that beautiful? This one actually is Italian. This comes from Italy. Italy is also one of the Mediterranean countries where the evil eye is really big. So Italian, if you want to look up evil eyes, you can look up Italian evil eye or Greek evil eye or Turkish evil eye. Each country has its own kind of form of the eye, but you'll instantly recognize it as part of the evil eye. It's a really universal symbol, you know. Here's another one that I have, which is absolutely lovely. This one I call it my cosmic evil eye because it looks like galaxies spinning around the eye. And this goes back to that belief that, you know, the eye oversees the cosmos and that it can be a force of good or evil. So this is my good evil eye to counteract the bad cosmic evil eyes. Isn't that neat? So, you know, and then I have some evil eyes that are actually kind of famous. Over the years, I've done a number of television appearances, and a lot of times I will wear the evil eye on TV shows because people seem to really like it. And hold on, I can't get this one out of the bag here. Okay. Here's one of my evil eyes. I've worn this on a number of TV shows that I've been on over the years. And this one is it's one of my standards. This is done in gold, set with crystals. This one is actually an Italian evil eye. It came from Italy. And you'll notice that the Italian evil eyes tend to be a little larger. They like to do them larger than the Greeks. And a lot of times they have, I don't know if you can see it, but look in around the white of the eye there. It has silver flecks inlaid. They oftentimes put silver inside their eyes. It's just something they do. It looks really pretty. But that's something you'll see a lot in the Italian evil eyes. They put flecks of silver in it. And I just think it just makes it look more beautiful and sparkles more. Yeah, but this is one of my other treasured and favorite pendants as well, So as we're saying, now I don't have today, I actually have some Turkish evil eyes, but I forgot to bring them to the office today. But the Turkish evil eyes, and you know what, I can put a picture up here. I'll put a picture up here. This is what they look like. As you can see, the Turkish evil eyes are very simple in design, but they're usually made of a really thick, beautiful glass. And my Turkish evil eyes actually hang on the wall. Now you can wear them or hang them on the wall. And the wonderful thing about the evil eye is you could put it throughout your house. In the Mediterranean, many people have big like ceramic plates with the eye painted on it. Sometimes they have wall hangings. I have a few wall hangings that have the evil eye. And of course, they wear it every day as jewelry. So, if this is something that you feel drawn to, you might want to take your time and get an evil eye. One resource that I really recommend is go over to Lady Angela's site at rarewiccaspells.com. She has some beautiful eye charms over there that are very wonderful. I love it. She has one that's done in silver, and it's got a blue eye and a triangle, and she has another one that's done in pewter. She has a few different ones. So definitely go over to rarewiccaspells.com and check out your evil eye. I think you'll find one there that you like. But I really, as I tell you, I'm a believer in the evil eye. People say, well, Bob, how does that work? Well, see, when you wear a charm that is consecrated, now this is the important thing. You want to make sure that you just don't get an eye and just treat it casual. You want to consecrate that. So that means like before you wear it, you maybe just pass it through some incense, purify it, sprinkle some holy water on it, and dedicate it to your higher power. Whether you worship Isis, Jesus, Buddha, it doesn't matter, Krishna, Allah. Ask your power to be working through your eye. And then it takes on the power of divinity. And you have an eye charm that comes from heaven, you see. I tell you, I've had some really weird stuff happen in my life. And I can tell you, I have literally averted disasters by wearing the eye. And so I don't take it lightly. I know some people go, oh, Bob, you're superstitious, da, da, da. Well, listen, I can tell you, I've studied spirituality enough years and practiced witchcraft for enough years that I know that magic works. And this is a form of magic. And there are spirits that help and guide us, and they work through tangible items. And like I always say, even if you don't believe in it, what can it hurt to try it? You may just get some help when you really need it, and then you will be a believer. You see, so the eye shows itself across times and places and cultures, and it's been with us thousands of years, and it's a real blessing to our world. Anyways, just want to come here and share that with you. By the way, also, I forgot, over at Rare Wicca Spells, I have an evil eye spell that you can pick up. That's right, I have a series of spells. They're called Psychic Bob's Spirit Spells. And one of them is working with the evil eye and how to invoke that. It's got invocations and a sigil that you can use. So I didn't bring that to the office today with me. So anyways, but I'll put the link below to Rare Wicca Spells. So go over there, check out Psychic Bob's Spells. I have my own category on the left side of the website. And you can buy my spell about the evil eye as well. Anyways, guys, hope that helps. I'm so glad you're here. Listen, keep it here at Spirit Channel. We got more coming tomorrow, Saturday. And you know what that means? Saturday night seance. That's right. You don't want to miss it. Thanks for being here. By the way, hope you'll like this favorite. Hit subscribe. Be part of our channel. We'd love you to be here. And also, yesterday I put up a wonderful video that I'd like you to go watch. I put it up late last night, so a lot of you may not have seen it. But it's an advertisement for my channel. And I did put a lot of effort into making it. It's a commercial that I made to promote Spirit Channel. And I think you guys will really enjoy it. So definitely look that up. It's in the queue right before this one. And if you didn't get your horoscopes yesterday, also get those. I did monthly horoscopes for June. And you can also go to my website, robert-hickman.com, and get your daily horoscopes there as well. So you got a lot to do. You got horoscopes to check out. You got 2 videos to check out. And you got to get ready for tomorrow for Saturday night seance. And you got to go to Angela's site and check out, the evil eye spell over there and the charms. So you got your homework. Here at Spirit Channel, you have to always be studying and learning and growing. So I'm giving you that. Those are your assignments for today. Thanks for being here, guys. I love you all. Send you blessings. I'm going to sit and talk to the eye.